Have you ever driven down Diamond Lake Road through Long Grove, some of the most expensive real estate in Lake County, Illinois, and noticed acre upon acre of rolling lands dedicated to a horse farm and wondered who owns this magnificent piece of real estate? Well, we're about to find out. Picture this. You're standing on the edge of Chicago's glittering skyline, staring up those twin corncob towers of Marina City. Yeah, the ones that look like they were designed by a mad architect on a coffee bender. Now imagine the guy who built them isn't some faceless corporate drone, but a family man who traded his hard hat for a saddle, escaping the concrete jungle to breed champion horses on a sprawling 240-acre ranch. Sound like the plot of a Taylor Sheridan show? Nope. That's the real, wild story of Windward Farms in Long Grove, Illinois, a hidden empire where steel beams meet split rail fences. Welcome back. We're about to dig into the untold tales that shaped the place we call home. I'm Peter Weitzman, and today we're saddling up for a ride through a legacy, land fights, and a little bit of horse sense. Buckle in, this one's got more twists than a show pony's mane. Let's start at the beginning because every great ranch tale needs a gritty origin story. Back in 1897, that's over a century ago, when Teddy Roosevelt was still charging up San Juan Hill, an Irish bricklayer named James D. McHugh rolled up his sleeves in Chicago's South Side. He wasn't dreaming of mansions or marinas. He just wanted steady work laying bricks. But this guy, he had that immigrant hustle. By the 1920s, his little carpenter gig had ballooned into the James McHugh Construction Company, a beast that would go on to build some of the Windy City's most iconic landmarks. We're talking the East Bank Club, where Chicago's power brokers sip scotch and plot world domination. Presidential towers, those sleek high-rises that scream, "I made it." And don't get me started on the Navy Pier Ferris wheel. Yeah, the Centennial wheel that spins tourists like cotton candy. McHugh's crew poured the concrete for 7 of Chicago's 10 tallest buildings. As of 2019, they ranked 160th on Engineering News Record's list of top U.S. contractors, with a bonding capacity north of $2 billion. That's not just construction, that's dynasty building. Those McHugh projects, they kept climbing generation after generation. By the 1960s, under James P. McHugh, that's the third-gen powerhouse, they weren't just building, they were innovating. Marina City, first high-rise with built-in marina and helicopter pad, visionary stuff. And get this, over 80% of their projects today are LEED certified green builds. Irony alert, the family that tamed the urban beast is now saving the planet one eco skyscraper at a time. Of course, even empires need an escape hatch. Enter Windward Farms. Stage right, or should I say gallop left. Sometime before 1968, James P. McHugh and his wife Lee scooped up this 240-acre slice of Illinois prairie at 6556 Diamond Lake Road in Long Grove. It wasn't some dusty old plot, it was a canvas. Deep green pastures, white split rail fences snaking like veins, and room for dreams bigger than a derby winner. The McHughs turned it into their family fortress, a thoroughbred breeding operation where city stress went to die. James P. wasn't slinging rebar anymore. He was registering stallions like Windward Chief, a chestnut beauty foaled in 1969 with a star stripe that could have lit up the track. Or Orono, bred right here and sold for $45,000 in the 1980s. Pocket change for these folks, but a fortune for the rest of us mere mortals. Right up to the edge of Windward's fences, the air smelled like fresh hay and freedom. And for a split second, I envied the McHughs. Here they were, 4 generations deep, with a ranch that doubled as therapy. James P. passed in 2016 at 90, right there on the farm from cancer. Fitting, poetic end to a life that balanced blueprints and bridles. But paradise ain't free, and the Windward story gets thorny when suburbia comes knocking. By the 1980s, Long Grove was ground zero for Chicago's sprawl, developers eyeing every cornfield like it was the next Gold Coast. The McHughs? They didn't just sit on their saddles, they fought back. In 1985, James P. spearheaded Fields of Long Grove, a 160-acre subdivision across from the farm. Sounds counterintuitive, right? Build to preserve, but here's the genius. They clustered just 80 luxury homes on tiny 10,000 square foot lots, leaving 120 acres as untouched prairie, wetlands, forests, and ponds. Stocked lakes, jogging paths, wildfowl sanctuaries. It was like zoning meets Zen garden. That project snagged the 1987 Best in American Living Award from the National Association of Home Builders. Witty win? The family that built Chicago's densest towers just invented low-density luxury living to save their view. But controversy loves a good horse farm. Fast forward to 2019 and enter the solar showdown. A NIMBY nightmare that pitted green dreams against green pastures. The Killdeer Countryside School District 96 wanted a 3-acre solar array on land abutting Windward. Noble cause, offset energy costs, teach kids about renewables. Stats back it up. Solar could cut their bill 20 to 30% per district estimates, and Illinois was pushing for 25% clean energy by 2025 under the Future Energy Jobs Act. But the McHughes, led by daughter Patty, now chairwoman of the construction empire, cried foul. It'll ruin our rural vista. They argued through attorney Richard Mermello. Imagine gleaming panels glinting like unwanted Christmas lights, scaring the thoroughbreds. Patty even floated buying off-site solar credits. The village board shot it down in June 2018. But after tweaks, an 8-foot fence, beefed up landscaping, they greenlit it 6-0 in March 2019. But I get the McHugh's beef. In a state where farmland's vanishing at 50,000 acres a year per American Farmland Trust data, every preserved acre is a win. This fight wasn't anti-green, it was pro-place. And let's be real, if a billionaire horse ranch can spark a village-wide debate on aesthetics or sustainability, imagine the drama at your backyard barbecue. It's the classic clash. Progress chewing up paradise. The McHughs won partial points. The array is screened, the horses are chill, and Windward's still a 55-year family stronghold. No sale in sight as of 2026. It's their soul patch in a paved-over world. Windward Farms isn't just dirt and dreams, it's a master class in legacy. From 1897's Brick by Brick to today's lead towers and champion colts, the McHughs remind us you can build high and still hold the horizon. In an era where 40% of U.S. farmland could be lost by 2040 by the USDA projections, their story screams, fight for the fields. Well, for me, I'll just keep chasing that ranch life. Maybe one day when some old rancher mistakes me for a son that he never had, I'll inherit it on an heir. But otherwise, I think the big luxury ranch will elude me. Until next time, keep reading and keep building your own empire. Dreaming of Disney but worried about the cost? Meet Just the Essential Disney Hacks. This compact guide is your ticket to a magical vacation without the villainous price tag. Learn insider tips on saving money on everything from tickets to meals. Discover how to maximize fun while minimizing your expenses. Don't let budget fears keep you from creating unforgettable family memories. Get Just the Essential Disney Hacks today and start planning the Disney trip you've always wanted at a price you can afford.